But you know what's crazy? It's just like, I just can't do it no more. Like, I
Is the
just feel,
yellow that bad in his tea?
ah, girl, I just can't do
Okay.
I just can't do it. This is a lot.
Pass him over here. I'm unemployed.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. So
We're just being extra.
Well. Here we are. Season 2. How do you feel?
there's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of feelings, but I feel good. Did anyone think that we weren't coming back?
I don't know. It's only been a month. Like, TV shows can take 2 year, 3 years off.
It's been like 6 weeks, right?
That's
Yeah.
so fine.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Where's my camera? Hi.
Like, I'll say hi to my camera too. It's just gonna be us kind of looking down and looking back at it. Like,
Yeah. I'm
it's just
like,
gonna be like the Breakfast Club or just anything. Actually, yeah. Yeah, girl, do that.
so we're in a new space, but maybe we should tell the people who we are first.
Okay. Well, season 2 brought to you by the Shannon Walker Library. It's the Just Extra podcast. Well, let me do my intro perfectly like this. Sorry, guys. This is the Just Extra podcast with Jackie and Erica. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Erica. Yay! Yeah, new space, new season, new BS. Okay.
That's the title of our episode. New season, new BS. But we'll let our our co-host Erica fill in the BS part.
Oh,
because,
okay.
girl.
Yeah. So are we jumping right in? Okay, so we usually start with an extra thoughts segment, but we ain't got no extra thoughts because this is a new season. So we're just going to start with a catch up. Hi, everybody. I am unemployed. If you go and look at our Instagram, it definitely says, please get us out these 9 to 5s. But I thought that meant like, with something else to catch me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they say you got to be very specific, very careful with your words. Okay. Because I didn't mean give me out this 9 to 5 and then
there's power in the tongue.
So yes, I don't have a job anymore. I was offered a severance from my job. Them hoes was sick of me. Is how I feel about it. But no, I just feel like, I literally was on a high. I had just given a presentation. I was on a panel. I was asked to speak on a panel about inclusion and our talent, acquisition processes, our recruiting process. And, it went really well. I was up there. I had my phone in my hand and I was like, oh, LinkedIn request. Ooh, another. Ooh, another. Ooh. And all the people like during or after, were just very complimentary. Everyone had really great things to say. And, I go into the office the next day and I'm talking to my boss about like, what's going on, what's good, about how amazing I am. And she literally in the corner of her screen, I could just see the Microsoft Teams, notification pop up like she's has a meeting starting. And I was like, hey girl, you double booked? And she was like, actually HR's joining us. And as an HR professional, I know what HR joining a call looks like, right? I'm like, oh snap, ain't nothing great about to happen. Or maybe it is. Okay. And so HR joins the call and it's basically like, we have a new, agile ways of working policy. And we are requiring our employees to be in the office 3 days a week. And that includes you now. And so effective January 1, you got to get into this hoe, which is all the way in Chicago. And we're not going to finance it. So you could take that option or you could take the other option, which is the severance package. You let us know on Friday, and that's also your last day.
That's so wild because they just set you up. Because how you're not going to provide me any funding to come back to Chicago when you've already approved me moving? And then, but we'll give you severance though.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, can y'all give me a little bit of cash to move myself? No, but you'll give me a lot more cash to exit the company. Interesting. Well, I weighed my options, obviously. And as much as I think my struggle was like, safety, security, or this BS. and employment. I mean, or I guess that's the same thing. Safety, security, this BS, no advancement, no growth, no development, cold winters, higher cost of living.
Mm-hmm. Inflation.
You know? Or I could be like, okay, we can explore this unknown territory,
Take a
space.
bet on yourself.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that like when I initially found out, I was definitely very like angry. Like I was just like looking at it as how they value me, which I kind of still am looking at it, like how they value me. You know, like I'm just like, oh, no, the projects that I want to work on, the things that I think that are like progressive and will set us up for success, like that's not on our roadmap. Okay. And then I see that they posted the position. Obviously, I said no. And I see that they posted the position for like half my compensation. I say, y'all really wanted just some little itty bitty, don't know nothing, yes man to come up behind me for less. You know, because the last words that my manager said to me was like, I just, I appreciate that you are always challenging.
Girl, you came into this role and you really weren't supposed to be here. Not you. I'm talking about her.
Oh no, I knew
Like
you were talking to me.
you were doing the job already. Like you had a good relationship with your previous manager. She didn't even look at you as like beneath. You
She
guys were the
always said we were
same.
partners. She always said you are a partner. Now, I mean, we did not have the same compensation, but I at least respected her interactions with me.
She valued you, and that's
Yes.
important in your place of
Yes.
employment. But at the end of the day, you work for somebody else, and when someone comes in and doesn't see you as someone of value, what they do?
They let you go. They let you go. Ho. Go. 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 Ho. Yes. All of that.
Yeah, we'll get into that more a little bit in the episode because, honey, you have a lot to catch. See, I purposely didn't like really catch up with you during this time
Yeah.
because I already knew like this is going to be something I want to hear it fresh. I like to, I love you, to you. I don't know. I just want.
We like genuine reactions, authentic situations on this podcast. Yeah, I know. It's very much so like, tippy-toey around. But I also physically haven't been located here. And we'll get into that as well. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't have a job at the moment in time. And it's very interesting. It's very weird. So that's me. That's my catch up.
I'll tell you this. I love my severance time. I had the best time. That was 2019. Just moved here, got fresh dick, got fresh money.
Mm.
And I got another job super quick. So I was getting the severance on top of my job. So I was just like rolling in dough. Okay.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Speaking of rolling in dough, so I'm in my new job. So sorry. I'm like, I just started my new job. I'm in nursing now. So it's just like we're getting into the swing of things. I'm about to be independent. So I'm not going to be with my preceptor anymore. I was precepting for about 16 weeks. So it's been a long time. I'm very scared.
No, I was like, no, do you feel secure?
I feel good enough to if nothing goes wrong, nobody's dying, we'll be good. What I really like about the hospital I chose is that they really, really like hold your hand throughout this whole process. I would suggest that any new nurse, please go to a teaching hospital, a magnet hospital, or a hospital that actually cares. Don't just go, and y'all know what I'm talking about. There's hospitals out here that will give you a bonus. They literally as soon as I graduated, I got 3 emails. Oh, 10K bonus. Oh, we'll give you 15K over 3 years if you sign with us. If you just come over, we'll teach you, we'll do everything. And you're literally signing your name in blood, honestly, because they will set you up. Literally. Well, to all the nurses out there, there's a specific company, a branch that's known for this. And one of my classmates, she's actually working there. She sent me a text. She's like, girl, I just need to vent to you. They really got me out here. I'm afraid of losing my license. I worked too hard for this. I'm afraid. Like she literally goes home and cries. So, I mean, that's just a little bit on that. But honestly, I'm scared. I'm scared myself, but I'm very excited because I can see myself every day. I'm growing, I'm getting better. And I've realized during this time of COVID and me working from home, I'm just an awkward person. I'm naturally an awkward person. But when you are face to face with people every single day, the job wants you to come back into the office. So you got to get FaceTime with people. Me, I'm just I got to see sick people. I got to see their sick, their family members, people sick in the head, managers, people, doctors, just so many people that I'm like, interacting with every single day. And I have to be more and more sure of who I am because it's scary. Like, if I am not sure about what I'm saying or advocating for this person could die because I wasn't, bold enough to say, I think this person is satting. Well, that's like a term for your oxygen is going down really low, really fast. I really think you should look at this. But if they say, oh, they're fine. Oh, whatever. Oh, you're a new grad, whatever. Okay, that could be the difference. So that's the thing that I'm working on right now. It's like my personal confidence and, just getting into the job, into the swing of things. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, bedside is very ghetto, but I already knew that. But I'll get into that a little bit more.
Okay.
But that's just me. I'm just in my new apartment, working that shit out. Just, y'all know, last season ended off very, very hard for me with the whole hurricane and everything and just me going through it. But I think I'm easing out now, which I really need because I feel like I will need to be here to support you through this transition. Because you're handling it, but I also see you kind of going into your shell a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand that you sometimes people have to do that to kind of like regroup and recoil. But for someone who desires community, you also have to do your part to maintain the community as well.
Yes.
So.
And my fingernails. Do you see them?
Yeah, they look really bad.
It's ghetto.
Yeah.
They'll be under the table.
Yeah, you got it. Don't zoom in.
Don't make no edits. Okay. So with season 2, we also have Hassan. Hi.
We got our boy Hassan. We need to pay you. Okay?
No, whoa, okay, we will, but we're not there. Okay, stop. Don't get that hope.
We're gonna work on it, okay?
That is very dependent on our listeners as well. So we appreciate the support that you give us to also help those that are helping us as well.
No problem, Like I said, I love you guys, love your podcast first and foremost.
Thanks.
So, and I just love to come in, do my part, make y'all big and so y'all can pay me lots of money. But, we'll talk about that.
You deserve it. Good.
Yeah, listen, I love riding the coattails, okay? I said, I would love a millionaire friend, okay? Go ahead, girl, boy, whomever. I'm going to be your friend.
Don't say that out too loud because they be like, bring back to you see that clip? Look at her, she a user.
But I'm a friend. I guess I say that to say that, like, if you were to, become a millionaire, that we were already friends and I support you and I won't be that friend who's like, ew, gross.
Or pull up your old yearbook pictures and be like, look at her. See, she wasn't shit.
No, I'm going to be right there.
I like that.
Jackie. And I'll be like,
yay, Erica. I see it for you, girl. Like, well, first off, I just appreciate your personality in itself. So.
Oh, thanks. Yes. All right. Well, we've been catching up and we'll be continuing to catch up in the main part of our episode. But, we're sticking tried and true, okay, to our extra segment. We are recording right before the election, the 2024 presidential election, which is crazy. It's crazy. It's a lot of craziness. Last season, we talked about some of the changes that have happened with, Biden stepping out of the race and Kamala coming into the race. And I think we even were still recording when we had the VP selections. So we know that Kamala selected Tim Walz, and we know that Trump selected JD Vance. But I don't think that we've had much dialogue really since then. And we are currently recording on a November 1st. And we're, 4 days now from the election?
I'm scared.
See?
Y'all get y'all slave costumes.
Get your slave costumes. They won't be costumes depending on who wins. Okay, you really will be enslaved. People have been talking about how we're gonna be in the Handmaid's Tales soon.
We gotta be there.
Basically, especially in some states like the one we're in. So yeah,
shout out to Texas. Okay, can I talk really quickly? I really enjoyed the vice presidential debates. There was one time I was coming from work and first off, I didn't know about the drama that was going on at the place that we were watching the debates. I walk in and I feel like this tense energy and I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it's a debate and, oh, I don't have a seat here. I was standing all day. I will go home. But I didn't even know that y'all were beefing with the people at the table.
Don't say y'all.
Oh.
I was not having beef. I didn't even turn around. I was looking at the screen, okay, and I was watching the debate. But we had another friend who showed up, and I don't know, it was a very interesting place that she might have been in that day, but it started a little with the people that were at the table, which maybe she didn't know because it was me and Earlene who showed up first. And, there was just one guy at the table and he was like, okay, yeah, like I'm not expecting that many people. You can sit down. I'm like, we're not expecting that many people. It's going to be 3 of us. He was like, yeah, 3 more people. I'm like, okay, hopefully we can all sit here. And so he was nice enough to share the table. So we sat down. We had the other friend who came in with Earlene's boyfriend. And yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't like when people try to say, oh, this is my table. And you did not reserve anything. And then people just getting all rowdy for no reason. I just felt
But
like
I think they did, though.
It was.
I think that they were being kind enough to let us sit at their table is how I experienced the situation.
Okay.
Like he was sitting there first and said that me and Earlene could sit there. And we said, we are expecting more people. And he said that was okay. So we were joining their situation. Right. Okay. But when our other person showed up and his other people showed up, I don't know. I wasn't really even paying attention to what happened, but I didn't feel like it was necessary. I just felt defensive. And I, again, don't know what was happening with that friend, but yeah, I was not trying to pay it any attention, but yeah, they were definitely trying to kick us out as soon as like you had arrived. And that's when I was like, okay, pause, because I'm not trying to get up either. Okay. So if you need to let the person who's starting the problems get up and leave, that's fine. Because I don't know what that was about. But tensions could have been high because we were all there to watch a presidential debate and we are Black and they were not. So it could have just simply started off of that. That's the America we're about to head into, depending on who the frick wins, where you really are probably like, I can judge you off of the color of your skin because that's the days we going back to. Okay.
Oh my gosh. But going back to it, just watching the debate, you can just tell, like, okay, they both represent something different, bigger than themselves, like both parties. Like, Kamala and Walz, they represent like the everyday person. Like, okay, this shit is getting expensive. I can't afford to live. I can't just have one job. I'm being squeezed from the inside. And meanwhile, you have this other party of people that sit around and say, I don't want to change. I like the way things are going. I would like to get richer. Why are there so many billionaires and trillionaires in the world? Because people are hoarding things. Because people feel like at the end of the day, resources are scarce. And so I just need to squeeze everybody else. I need to exploit everybody else the most I can. And I need to keep the system going. So in order to maintain the system, well, I don't like that man over there. He believes in what I believe in. So I'm going to vote for that. And then you have other people who just like, damn, I just need to catch a break. Can we please,
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because I'm the person like in the middle where I'm just like, I do see myself advancing and I would like to make it easier for me to advance, make more money and also keep my money. But at the same time, like, you just never know. And then you have your everyday person who literally can't even like afford their groceries or gas, like on a regular everyday basis.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And that's just on the economy. And I don't even think it's really like people are scared, so they're hoarding resources. I think people are evil and really enjoy power. I don't really think it has anything to do with like, oh, I feel scared and I need to like hoard money. These billionaires,
people do things out of fear. So. Like share everything.
It might be out of fear, but out of fear of like that other people are going to have power. And I think that other people are evil. And so if other people have power, then they are going to oppress me like I am oppressing other people. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's literally like, oh my God, like resources. I think it's really like, no, like the power dynamics will change if other people have access to things. So I think that they are really more so just trying to hold on to power because they know what it looks like to be oppressed and they don't want to do that. You know, that experiment when, like, I forgot what the woman's name is and I need to look her up, but she's that white lady who has done like the brown-eyed, blue-eyed experiment. And then she also just like was in this room and asked the question, like, would anyone trade spaces with a Black person? Raise your hand. I don't know if y'all are understanding the question. Sorry, no one raised their hand. Would anyone change places with a Black person? Raise your hand. And nobody raised their hand.
Because they know.
Because they know. And she's like, and that is exactly my point. So that's what I think about the wealthy billionaires. Like, it's not that they are like, oh my gosh, I could have nothing. It's really like, no, I know what we do when you don't have nothing. So like, I don't want to be on the flip side. And that's why I love the saying of like, y'all should be happy that Black people don't want revenge. Like, that we just want to be equal.
I just want to be left alone. I just want my things and I just want to be left alone. Is that too hard? And they're like, no, because, you know, you're here for a purpose. So we're going to find a purpose for you either way. So it just gets really dark. Can we talk about the voter suppression though? Like, first off, if this is the last day to early vote. So I hope everybody who's out there, I hope, you know.
I'm voting on the day of.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
You're going to stand on those long lines?
I actually don't think that there's going to be a long line. I haven't had a long line anytime that I've ever voted.
Oh.
I've never stood in a line.
You know, there's some places, especially like Georgia, where lines get long and they hold things up. You can't even pass out water to people.
Yeah.
Like they will literally like just give up. Like literally voter suppression is real in some places.
Absolutely.
Some places you could just walk in the library or walk into like a community center like I did yesterday, put in my little ballot, doop, 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 and then that's it.
And that's how it's been for me. So I hope that, you know, on the 5th, it's going to be very similar vibes. But I know that they are trying to suppress our votes. We were just watching the news the other day about the ballot boxes that are, you know, being set on fire in like what? Arizona, Washington, and Oregon?
Yeah, so I pulled it up. So there's 2. They said there may be more arsons coming in the near future. So in Portland, Oregon, they talked about some white male, 30 to 40 years old with short, balding hair, set a ballot box on fire. And then in the neighboring neighborhood of Vancouver in Washington, another ballot box was set on fire. They're done in interesting places. They're done in targeted places, obviously. And that scares me because, you know, Florida, they talk about, where's the ballots for Florida? Where's the Florida boxes? Where's the Florida, you know, votes and stuff like that? Like this stuff has been happening since the dawn of time. And I'm nervous about it. But
what do you think of people who aren't voting? Like, to me, these are like examples of why people should be voting.
Don't, because sometimes you feel like, is my one little vote really gonna matter?
Why would they be doing all of these suppression tactics if your one little vote didn't matter?
It's because, you know, people who have voted before, you know, they didn't get the results they wanted and they felt like, okay, what's the point? And also like, well, where I live, it's already blue.
It's so dumb. To me, it's very much so like, oh my God, I went to the gym one time and I didn't lose the 15 pounds that I really wanted to have happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to take you consistently being an active participant in the system, not just voting, but like showing up to your like community center meetings and starting very local for any kind of change to happen. It's nothing literally ever happens through one singular action. So your one vote is a part of the many things that you should be doing throughout literally your whole entire life, every day of the year, to see any kind of progress that you want.
And, you know, we're humans. So unfortunately, a lot of us, you know, we love instant gratification.
Yes.
So unfortunately, you know, that would be the right way to think. But a lot of us, especially like the younger kids and, you know, some of our uneducated
My sister,
folk, they just don't.
Calling you out. You should vote.
Please vote, girl. Please vote. I'm not going to lie. Like, since I moved, like, I was guilty of, like, not voting. But I voted this time.
Good.
So, you know,
Okay.
and I voted for the last one, too. I mailed in my ballot back to Chicago because, you know, I didn't change over my ID yet. But this time I got my sticker,
Don't
took
say
my
that too loud.
pictures. What you mean? I live here now. Look. Some things are up to date, you know?
Okay.
Not all things, but, you know, it's fine. You know, I got pulled over for that. Oh, did I tell you? I got pulled over because
Yeah,
of my
you're
tag.
finally your tags.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how you get pulled
But
over
it's been like years.
and I
Yeah.
got pulled over for months. Like it had been, I got like a year ago. I literally got pulled over. Like it expired in February and I got pulled over in like October.
I feel like that's so good because, you know, in Chicago, it wasn't even a day or it wasn't even a week.
I'm glad my car was registered to
Ticket.
the suburbs because I didn't have to do that ish.
Yeah, they were like, oh, well, we'll let you go because your insurance is up to date. So you're good. I was like, thank you. Oh, that's beautiful. Y'all are so nice out here.
Anything else you want to say about the voter suppression?
At the end of the day, like, just try your best. Do what you can. Like, my thing is, if it got to a point where somebody was at gunpoint and said, you can't vote in here, I'll probably just walk away. But if it's no one's holding anything, you know, I'm serious.
Yeah.
And would you?
At gunpoint?
So if somebody was at gunpoint, it's like, you ain't coming in here and voting.
I guess I wouldn't be voting today, but I would hope that I would get another opportunity to vote.
Do you remember, did you see that old lady really quickly? You remember that old lady that was going viral? She had her like voter tax receipt printed on her shirt. She had to pay like $2 to vote back in the day. And $2 back then was it $2 or $20? But it was a lot of money.
Right.
And it was per vote. So they had to choose between, are we getting groceries or are we voting? Well, since they were putting all these, you know, roadblocks in front of us, I'm not going to vote. It's fine. You know, I'll just say now, there's really no point now. You can find out where you can vote. You can vote anywhere. Just do it. That's all I got to say about that. Oh, I'm so scared, y'all.
So what are your predictions?
You want to be honest?
Jackie said the world's going to end.
Because the problem is, you know, there's not that many rich people. So let's just say if all the rich people just voted for Trump and all the poor people voted for we're not poor, but just average everyday people voting for Kamala will win. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people out here who really feel and believe like, ooh, I could be here one day. And I really like the way this man thinks. Like he really gets to the point or he really speaks for me. And it's just like, you don't understand. He don't give a fuck about you.
That's what I'm trying to get people to understand is this man only cares about him. Like he only cares about him and what would help him. And if it helps you, it's only because it helps him. And that's what we really need to understand. It's not even like the regular schmegular Republican mindset where it's like, I'm trying to have all my rich friends and all of us white hoes, we finna stay up there. It's not even that collective with Donald Trump. Like to me, with Donald Trump, it is actually about him specifically, singularly.
A lot of people just want to have proximity to power and wealth. Why do I see all these ugly ass Tesla trucks driving around? They're ugly as hell. But because I have this truck, it's just a symbol of me like being a little bit closer. It's just crazy. But again, go vote, y'all.
So what's your prediction?
I think Trump's gonna win.
No, I don't. I don't think he's gonna win.
And I honestly, I hope I'm proven wrong, but something in my spirit is telling me like there's a lot of misinformation out here and it's making me feel very uneasy. I think.
So you think from a pure economy standpoint, like that is why Trump is going to win?
I think a lot of people are going to go that way, unfortunately.
It's so interesting because I sit here and I think about like when the economy was good under Donald Trump, it's because he just got it from Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, there's a lot of misinformation out there. People are selling out for $1,000 checks. He's not going to give you $1,000 check, baby. This is why
it's actually illegal. Oh, wait, like Trump is going to, sorry, because Elon Musk is giving like $1 million for people to like register. And that's illegal. I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but it's illegal. Anyway, no, I don't think that Donald Trump is going to win. I think that we learned our lesson. I'm hoping collectively, Americans, that we have learned our lesson, okay? And Donald Trump is not going to win. Now, the thing that does scare me is, you know, patriarchy, you know, and I'm trying to not have that.
Yeah. And that's what I was kind of hinting at, but I didn't want it because that can open up a whole nother can of worms and a bigger discussion.
Yeah, I think the patriarchy is like,
that's fine. Black men. Y'all voting for Trump for some reason. Because y'all voting for Trump, and I don't know. And I understand y'all want to. How do y'all want to run up in bitches every damn day? But you they're going to cut off Plan Bs, cut off abortions. Like, I know you don't speak for every man, but my thing is, it's a hypocrisy for me. How do you want access to all the pussy in the world, but you don't want to take care of none of the kids that come out of it? And yet you don't, it's like, you don't want, it makes no sense
I
to
thought we were
me.
going to ask him about what he thinks about black men voting for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris.
I'm getting to that, but that I'm just,
because that went to a very different question.
That's where my head is going.
Look, I don't know how to answer that. It's just mainly just rich black men that's trying to vote for him. Actually,
I don't think they rich.
I don't even honestly, they don't even care about voting for him. Like 50 had went on the Breakfast Club. He was like, yeah, I turned down parents for a Donald Trump rally, and he wanted to pay them $3 million. So do they really want to vote for Trump? No.
I don't even care if it's that they don't want to vote for Trump and that, $3 million is what.
But it's more so of the message that you're sending. Like,
yes, you're okay.
You're taking this bag, but at the same time, like, you really messing up.
And that's, very individualistic, just like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So all these individualistic men that are voting for him, like, I can't even, because I can't even. I don't even know how much money you could offer me to be like, I don't even want to say it because I can't say go.
Let me endorse you. No. Because even with like just bringing it back down to a very smaller level, people who are influencers and they're just like promoting like tummy teas and all the other stuff, like people will do a lot of things for a bag. They don't believe in that product. They don't believe in anything. But at the end of the day, if you paying, sure, why not?
Yeah, they switching religion too, going straight to Muslim.
I ain't fucking with that.
Okay, well, we'll catch y'all next week. Well, actually, when this episode drops, you'll see who was right. We'll see what happened.
If I have to put money on it, I don't want to do that. I'm scared. I'm very scared. I'm very pessimistic about it, okay?
Okay, well, try to be a little optimistic about it. Maybe like...
I voted for Kamala, so I already know. But,
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Also, vote down the ballot if you're still talking about it. Vote all the way down, okay? Because there's a lot of Congress positions, judges and whatnot that influence us more than, the president.
I gotta do some more research. Can I be like a nigga for a moment?
No. I mean, yeah.
Okay. There was one category, and I was just like, who is this and who is this? I understood they said Democrat and like Republican, but his name that was a black name, and that wasn't a black name. So let me just click that one.
Yeah, but some of us are coons.
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna do better next time. Yeah. But I voted.
Good.
So.
Great. Amazing. Me too. I still got to do my research. So I'm not shaming you. I'm just saying that we should also be thinking about all those things as well.
Okay.
Oh, right. Well, not today. So as we're thinking about freshness, newness, it's not all going to be bad, even though, it could look it. But we're also going to talk about, I guess we're going to continue our catch-ups. Kind of. I don't know how to exactly make this a transition, but I'm really trying. I'm working on it. It'll get better as we go throughout the season. But yeah, I like Jackie.
All right. So this is going to be the main topic. It's just going to be a large catch up because we've had, some time off. There's a lot of things that have changed.
Yes.
We kind of gave a little bit of an intro on it. So, I mean, I guess I can go a little bit. I talked about starting this new nursing job. I mean, on the lower level of life, unfortunately, I'm talking back to Walgreens again. I think I talked about it in a season.
Can you send him over here?
Girl, you can have him, but you ain't gonna like it. It's just
I might need it. It might need to supplement. But go ahead, continue.
Child,
ask if you got friends.
They actually own boats too. Some of them, but like I said, you don't want them, girl.
Okay,
that's annoying. Again, going back to it, like I said, nursing is, I don't know if anybody's ran into like nurse TikTok or nurse algorithms within like Instagram and stuff like that, but they really talk about the dirty side of bedside. And I mean, I could talk about it a lot. I could even have a whole episode of me just ranting about it. But I'll say this, people will really get you fucked up out here. They will really get you fucked up. Like, I didn't know that the nurse was like the punching bag of the healthcare system, like to the umpteenth degree. Like, if something goes wrong with the patient, even if the doctor ordered it, you're in trouble because even no, not the fact that you as a doctor who went to school for all these damn years, you made this decision to put this order in. And me, I had school for like what, 4 years, and I'm just starting. And I'm like, I have to make this executive decision to like do this order. But if I didn't stop the line right here, damn, it's all on me. The doctor can just remove his hands. They have so many like, you know, fields of protection because obviously it's, it's a doctor, it's a medical, license and everything. Like, I understand they're protected, but it's just like I've had to stop the line so many times. It's kind of scary.
Well, that's good. I think that means you're doing your job, right?
I am, but at the same time, like, ooh, let me curse. I'm sorry. Bitch, I've been doing, like, sir, I am very new here and you are too. Can we not do this, please? Like, I've literally had to, like, you can come to bedside if you would like to, but I'm not pushing this shit. You can do it, Like, you can do it. And then I'm over here, like, I just don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. And me and this one doctor, we are very, like, let me be quiet. I just know that, like, they hate me and and that's fine. That's totally fine. But I'm just not going to do what you say just because.
Yeah.
Like, we have like measures in place where I have to say, I am concerned. I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to need you. Here's the situation. Can you please come here? What I will say about my preceptor life, I'm so excited to be on my own for the independence because I do realize I am a slow person. I want to take my time with things. I don't want to just, do things just for the sake of time. Like, I don't want to cut corners. I really don't. I don't know, maybe because I'm new and fresh and I just want to do everything by the book. I just am that person that I need to take my time with this. Okay, let me read the directions. And then the person I'm with, they're just like, just push it. I'm like, just do this. I'm like, no, can you back up, bitch? Damn. I don't know. There's days I have a lot of days off, and people talk about nursing where, oh, you get like 3-4 days off. You can get a week off if you plan your schedule right. But a lot of those days I'm consistently thinking about work up until coming into it. It's just like,
What are you thinking about specifically?
just what am I going to walk into today? Like, what's going to happen today? Because I actually had a really good day the last time I was at work, which was like 2 days ago. And it was very scary. I couldn't say I had a good day until I walked out. Like, you can't say like, oh, we're having a good day because you jinx yourself. Like, literally 5 minutes before you're leaving, somebody could fall on the floor and you're there for like another 2 hours. And it's so annoying. It's so stressful. And then just imagine like, going to sleep. You coming home, going to sleep, and then 5 hours later, you got to get up and do it again. I'm just like,
Not 5.
yeah. But that's the only thing that's going on in my life, honestly. Like, I'm just trying to keep my distance from like, crazy guys, even though like Walgreens is still in the picture. I gotta end it because I just realized I made more money than him now. So that's the gag, girl. The gag is I make more money now. And I'm just like, damn, now I feel bad. Cause like he over here busting his ass doing like 70, 80 hours a week. And I'm like, damn, I really don't want your money like that. If I can just make the same amount, like less time. It's kind of weird. So
yeah.
I mean, at the same time,
no,
you saving money.
I am.
You're not using your puss
at all. But you know what's crazy? It's just like, I just can't do it no more. Like,
Is the yellow that bad in his teeth?
Girl, I just can't do
it. Okay.
I just can't do it. This is a lot.
I'm over here. I'm unemployed.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. So
I guess, and I'll just talk about this season really fast. My hopes and dreams were actually, you can go ahead and go first and talk about it. Then we can talk about the season and where we see ourselves in this second line of
finish. Go ahead.
Content. Shit. Like I said, I talked about the struggles of new nursing, and I hope somebody out there actually can relate to this. But to all my new grads, like, you got it, girl. Just know you're new. We can cry together. It's okay. But yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. Just kind of like understanding that I didn't realize like how important nurses were until you actually became a nurse. So I have so much respect for like your mom and like Erlene's mom and like just so many people who have done this for a very long time because like you really angels out there for real. There's some devils too, but there's some angels out there. So I have to realize like what I'm doing is bigger than me. And it's humbling. It's humbling. It's scary. But, here we are.
Well, it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm sorry that it's hard work, but usually hard work is rewarding. I think you have like a deeper goal. It's not to be consistently doing what you're doing exactly today. So you know that this is just, a means to an end. And so you're I don't know, doing what you need to do, which is to be respected. All right. Because some of these hoes out here aren't doing literally anything. So
I can't wait to be a soft nurse, honestly. Like, I gotta get out of here. This is too stressful, honey. But that pay is nice, though. I was like, oh, okay.
nice.
Can't wait to do overtime.
All right. Well, over here, overtime. Interesting. Regular time. Also. Yes. So
Go for it.
yeah, I mean,
I think how many minutes?
we started at 13, I think. After.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess in the catch up portion, I think I just summarized like what exactly happened. And obviously, like there's frustration in that perspective, Because I was talking in therapy and I was like, yeah, I'm seeing a pattern in myself that like I don't necessarily make the decision that needs to be made when I think I know it needs to happen. Instead, I have to be like forced or pushed to a point that like, oh, the decision is made for me, or I basically was comparing my severance with like, I can't say his name, but what's his face who asked me, oh, do I have to hit you to leave?
Oh.
And like always needing it to go that far before I make a decision for myself, And so oh, therapy's over.
Right? The timing is so marvelous.
I'm just like, wow, she did say that she was, going to transition, but I thought, maybe I was going to maybe find someone else, maybe take a break and get back into it. But yeah, without consistent income, I'm not, that's not an expense that I'm going to prioritize, but I will take the gems from my Monday at 4 p.m.s. Okay. And keep it pushing. But yeah, no, that's one of the last things that we were talking about was just like, why is this a pattern? So I don't know the answer. I don't. I even have a whole tattoo on my body, right? That's about not forcing things, right? So yeah, I guess I feel a way that they had to kick me out, even though I didn't want to be there. Like I feel a way about them being like, you could go, when I was like, I want to leave you first. What do you mean? Now you're fired. I quit, but I wasn't fired.
That's because you're a creature of comfort and habit.
Definitely.
Like
absolutely,
you're used to, your everyday. You like predictability, and unfortunately, like we already knew it was coming, but
yeah. I was telling you, like safety and security was like a huge part of why, because at first I was going to stay. I was like, okay, I'm just going to move to Chicago, or not move to Chicago, but I'm going to tell them that I'm going to go and we will really be applying and we will really be trying to find something. But then my HR brain also kicked in, was like, no one really hires in Q4, not like for roles that don't generate revenue. HR is very much so a support function. We do not produce money for the company. So usually our roles are not posted in Q4. Like no one's really looking for us. And I've said like, oh, if it was like April, May, Q2, like this would be a very different, I think, emotional experience. Not very, but at least a little bit different emotional experience as it relates to like job security and safety. Because I would be feeling like I should be able to find something. I also am nervous because I like doing DEI specifically, like underneath the HR umbrella. And I want to continue to do that type of work. Now, I'm also in Texas, and do they care? And we will definitely see what happens after the election, right?
Mhm.
So I was thinking all of these things, like maybe I should be, looking to go back to Chicago or move to DC or something if I want to stay within DEI specifically. So I definitely have like all these like nervous feelings about like instability and the unknown and all of that. I'm
I
just
have a
like,
question.
yeah.
Because they have DEI roles, and there's a lot of places in Texas and Houston that actually care about DEI,
Mhm.
but they just won't pay the amount of money that you're looking for.
Mhm.
Now, do you care about DEI or do you care about the pay?
I care about both.
Okay.
Yeah, both are very important. I obviously and because it's November, like early November, and I don't necessarily feel like I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, we're really out here scrambling. All right. We're really trying to make it work. Like, yes, I know that is in the near future because I don't have enough money that's like, oh, yeah, we're just going to see how the year goes. Like, no, we got to find a job like soon. Like, my internal goal is like February because I also have to decide whether or not I'm re-signing this lease. So if I don't have employment, I will not be re-signing this lease in February. And so to me, February is my deadline. But then again, back to corporate America, they're really not going to have like budgets, or I'm generalizing from companies, but like, yeah, April or May would have been a lot better of a time to get laid off than like October. Because if it wasn't going to happen in October, it's probably not going to happen in November, December, January, maybe February, maybe March. But again, we're past the date that I need to tell my apartment that I'm staying or going. And how much faith do I have, like to say, yes, I'm definitely going to stay in this apartment and commit to this lease, not knowing how I'm going to pay for it. Like, I don't know. Now, I'm going to definitely try to find employment. I've been taking care of my mom, and we'll talk about that like in a future episode. So I haven't fully had the time to really like commit and like start applying. Now I've definitely sent out like already like 30. I don't know. I have to track it for unemployment. Resumes, like applications. I have sent them out. I've gone to networking events. I'm continuing to use my network and try and like touch base with them. But have I been as committed as I feel like I need to be to feel as secure as I would like? No, because I have been doing other things with my time. But I've been trying to make time for this. And so, yeah, it's just interesting. And yes, I have seen some DEI related positions that are in Houston or the Texas area, and that's fine. And I have been applying for them. Like, so we will see how it goes. I've also gotten advice of like, broadening out my focus. And so maybe it's not specifically DEI, but more like talent management. And I can put like inclusive processes together as it relates to like talent development strategies. So there's that. I'm also trying to brainstorm like, do I want to be in corporate America? Corporate America is what I know, it is very much so like, yeah, that's my 12 years of experience has been here. But like, I hate these hoes. So like, do I want to consult and be external to an organization and just come in and do project work? That would be better. But do I want to? A part of me literally in the shower or this week was like, maybe I should sell a technology. More to come. I'm not dropping any more than that. But like, I want to not show up to a place. That's what I meant by I don't want no 9 to 5. I don't want to have like a literal, I don't just like following what anybody else has to tell me to do. Like, I really don't. I'm not into that vibe. I really like to lead myself. So I just am also just like, how can I make passive income, Like,
yeah.
And obviously that's going to take a lot of upfront energy and finances and things like that.
There's going to be a lot of days where you're just going to be very uncomfortable.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm supposed to be there right now, because I've also been reflecting that things have been handed to me pretty well. I've done pretty well, pretty easily, And so even when I first started talking about therapy, I was like, that was one of my things. I'm like, I feel like something bad is going to happen. Like, I just feel like something bad is going to happen because bad things happen to people. And I don't necessarily feel like, besides my complaints about childhood, that like I have experienced hardship so to speak. That and, just relationships in general, but like from a career perspective, it's been fine. So I'm like, is this my time to struggle? Is that where we are at? And like, if it's my time, I don't really want it to be extended. Like, can it just be short? Can it be these 3 months?
To choose, unfortunately.
Do I look like I need to struggle? Please. So so very much so in this like unknown situation, which is like my biggest fear. My biggest fear is like the unknown, which is why death is kind of connected to that. Cause I'm like, what the frick happens when you die? I don't know. So like we are doing hard things at this moment in time. Why do I feel emotional? I'm just an emotional person. Anyway.
Okay. It just thickens the plot, girl. First off, it just adds more color to the story. If I'm reading your book right now, the book of Erica, I'm like, okay, this is okay. Well, okay,
like I hate her.
But it's just more so like it's kind of like how they talk about Sex in the City. Like, wow, why does this girl just have good jobs? Like, why does Carrie just have good jobs? Where's the drama? Where's the development? Where's the growth coming in? This is where the growth is coming in. It's just adding a little bit more color to the plot. Okay, it's just. This is season 2, season 5, season 15, season 33, like
literally. I was going to say it's my last Friday, but technically next Friday is my last Friday of 32 years old.
You getting up there, girl. You grown.
I know. Okay. Well, Jesus, if I'm supposed to be entering into your year, I'm hoping that I'm also entering into your protection. Not that it hasn't always been here, but like hopefully. Okay. So yeah, that's really it. We're trying to be hopeful. We're trying to keep things up here.
I think you'll be good, and I really think.
But I'm gonna crash out.
It's fine. You're owed one. Like you're owed a couple, actually. Like as your friend, I'm gonna do my best and support you.
Thank you.
I'm also gonna, I also gotta, let you have it too sometimes.
You said firm support.
Firm support. Okay. Cause I'm so sorry. Like I can't let you run over me. It's not gonna be a good. So, but we're gonna be here to support.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Firmly.
Thank you.
You got it, girl.
Thank you. So this is going to lead us into our advice segment, which we're kind of rebranding a little bit from just advice to am I just being extra? Okay, so we would love for you all to write into us, the email at justextrapodcast@gmail.com with any questions about your extraness activities. Are you just being extra? Jackie and I will let you know. So we have our first submission. Okay, so they didn't say I have nothing to say about us. So if you would like to also start about, nice things about us, that would be great. It says, hey, Jackie and Erica, so here's my situation, and I'm really curious what you all think. I'm a 29-year-old woman, and I've been super close with my friend C since we met in college. She's basically been my girl through everything: bad relationships, job changes, family stuff, all of it. But lately, I feel like we're just not on the same page anymore. And I'm wondering if maybe I'm outgrowing this friendship. The thing is, I've been really focused on my career, setting goals, and finding peace. I'm loving it. But C's still living like we're in our early 20s, going out every weekend, caught up in random drama, and not really interested in the things that matter to me now. Whenever we hang out, it's like I'm stepping back into an old version of myself that I've kind of outgrown. She even jokes that I'm boring now because I don't want to go out like I used to. A few weeks back, I went out with her because I felt guilty saying no. And honestly, I felt out of place the whole night. She was living it up, but I just kept thinking how much I wanted to be home. I realized I wasn't even really having fun with her like I used to. I've tried inviting her to things I'm into now, like yoga, brunch, chill stuff, but she's just not into it. It feels like I'm stuck between wanting to keep this friendship and knowing that I'm not the same person I was a few years ago. I care about her a lot, but I feel like maybe we're forcing a connection that doesn't fit anymore. Am I being extra for thinking like this? Should I just go with the flow, or is it okay to step back a little? Would love to hear what you all think. Thanks. B.
Okay. Well, I feel like, we're at this point in our lives where this is just what's going to happen. When people are in their 20s or in their 30s, like life can go any direction. Some people can choose to live the solo lifestyle. Some people can decide to get married, have kids, and sit down. That's just what it's going to be. I don't think she's tripping because at the end of the day, like everybody's different. Everybody's into different things. Like I just feel like, baby, when you down to sit down, I'll be your friend to sit down. I'm not going to be your friend to go out anymore.
Friends can have places and spaces, right?
Mhm.
Like you can literally have a friend like, this is my travel friend because that other hoe over there, she can't travel.
Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, me and you can travel because we got the same headspace.
Yes.
And you can't travel because it's too much, okay?
Right.
And I feel like just knowing your people, I feel like she shouldn't stretch her brain around that. I think she should just automatically like learn to compartmentalize people. I mean, people can't be your everything, you know?
Yeah. I compartmentalize all the time. Okay. What you also should do is go back and listen to a couple of our episodes because we definitely had one in season 1 about friendship breakups. And it looks like you are on the cusp of one. So, take a journey down memory lane. We also had Change and Fear, which also I should go back and listen to. Because change is scary, but I think it's okay. So go ahead, listen to it and take time to think through like, what does your friendship look like, or what do your friendships look like in this next era of your life? Like, you already mentioned the yoga and the brunch. Like you will meet new friends at yoga and at brunch. And it's okay, to bring new people into your clique and exit people out of it, respectfully. So
yeah,
you're not being extra, in my opinion.
I don't think so either. I think that it's just a natural. It don't even have to be a serious breakup. It can just be at the end of the day, we on the same time anymore. It's okay. Like if she doesn't understand or see that you're transitioning and not accepting that, or at least taking it in stride, then okay, maybe we might need to, rethink this friendship. But I think if they want to be your friend and actually desire you in their life, they'll take the time to be like, okay, you know what? You're right. Let me go step back and let me go figure myself out. And my thing is lead by example, because if you have more people around you doing brunch and yoga and not being drama filled every day, it could, rub off on you. Maybe she'll start to.
She said you was boring, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if she's boring, maybe who knows? Like if she sees you going off and doing your own thing and like meeting new people and like finding fun in brunch and yoga and stuff like that, who knows? Maybe she'll be like, you know what? Maybe I can get into that too and switch up. You never know. I wouldn't say throw it away because it's not good people are hard to come by, especially people who really genuinely got your back. So I wouldn't throw away somebody just because we're not on the same time as far as like fun anymore. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, I don't like a lot of disconnect. So as much as I can compartmentalize people, mostly men. It's mostly men. It's mostly that. Friendships, I don't know. People, I don't know. Listen, if you were voting for Trump, we couldn't be friends. So if we really are separating in things that that I think are very important to me, which if I'm trying to align my life and that is important to me and you're trying to derail that somehow, I think you got to go. I don't know how much I can compartmentalize a friendship in that way. I should stop compartmentalizing a little bit more though too. So anyway, that's what I got to say for you, Ho.
Good luck.
And like we said, feel free to write us any other questions that you have about your behaviors at justextrapodcast@gmail.com. This has been a lovely first episode for us in season 2. Feel free to follow us on social media at @justextra_podcast on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow Jackie at All Things J. You can follow me, Erica, at Erica_stay ready. I'm like, Hassan is here. Do we shout out his stuff? Are we doing that now too? Hassan, you want to shout out your stuff?
I mean, yeah, y'all ain't gonna pay me. I'm gonna shout out. Y'all go ahead and follow me at Mr.Forbes on IG. Also follow my other page, which is the Chill Lounge Network. Have some things going on with that as well too. New podcast, some other stuff going in the works as well too. So yeah, follow me, check that out.
Yes, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
We're just being extra.